What up, y'all? Bearded Heretic here in the building. And I just wanted to share this real quick. They are using pre existing webcams that are accessible all over the country. And they are overlapping them with a software that allows them to use those cameras to check whether or not people are violating social distancing or not. As you can see right here, and we're going to take a listen as we watch. Um, this is where we're headed, y'all. They don't need to install new cameras, new technologies, and things. They are literally adapting software on top of pre existing hardware to accomplish their agendas. Now, that's not saying that they won't install better things or other things, but I'm just saying they are showing us now what they are capable of already. And this is the direction that we're heading. It's not good. It's not good at all.
The coronavirus constitutes a truly global threat. In the absence of a vaccine, our primary defense against it consists of minimizing our contacts with others in public spaces, what we refer to as social distancing. Our research team has discovered over 30,000 network cameras from all over the United States and around the world, covering many types of locations. We can utilize this network camera data to observe social distancing in a way that has never been done before at such a large scale. Researchers have studied the growth and changes in COVID-19, but don't yet have visual data to confirm that people are social distancing. Now, we have terabytes of visual data.
Yeah, terabytes.
Using this data, we can now observe people on beaches, outside of restaurants, on boardwalks and in resorts, in popular tourist destinations like Klagenfurt, Austria, or the Milan Cathedral, or in Times Square, New York.
Anywhere.
We observed over the summer that outside of protests and other deliberate public gatherings, a lot of these places that are normally full were completely deserted.
No shit.
We developed a method to estimate social distancing, taking into account the depth difference of bounding boxes, and we applied it to the vast and diverse camera data we obtained from these network cameras. Our method performs better than existing methods, estimating numbers of people following the guidelines and not following them.
Look at this.
Using this method, we can see what social distancing is like all over the world.
All over.
On streets, in backyards.
In backyards, y'all. You heard that, right? On streets, in backyards.
Estimating numbers of people following the guidelines and not following them.
Let's just listen.
Using this method, we can see what social distancing is like all over the world. On streets, in backyards, in tourist attractions, and in parks.
Wow.
One interesting direction of research is taking into account groups of families traveling together.
What?
In France, most public locations reopened on May 11th. After this date, our data shows a clear increase in numbers of people seen in our cameras.
Surprise.
Similarly, we plot the data for other countries and observe some of the trends. Great Britain's pattern is different than what we observe in most countries. We observe interesting results across the United States as well, where we have the most camera data. Where we have more data, we observe clearer and more representative trends. And sometimes we're able to observe very different patterns by state, like the difference between New York and Arizona. We hope to make a difference in the fight against coronavirus, and we hope that our work will inform public health decisions in future pandemics.
That's a goddamn truth. It will. This work right here, this research, will most definitely affect policy. I'm telling you.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, the Argonne Leadership Computing Facility, which is a DOE Office of Science user facility.
Department of Education.
We thank the Argonne Leadership Computing Facility for access to the Cooley supercomputer that was used in this study.
Supercomputer.
This project is supported in part by the National Science Foundation and Purdue College of Engineering Fund for Security and Privacy.
You see what we're dealing with, yo? They're talking about watching you in your backyard to see who's social distancing. Do you see this, the green box over here? Do you see this person way over there on the side? Oh, they're properly social distancing. Everybody else in the backyard is violating the social distancing. Like, this is insanity, y'all. This is where we're headed. if we don't fucking do something about it. We need to wake up. This is not good. We're not heading in a good direction. This is where we are. Are you all right with that? I'm not.